Welcome to day 60 of the Seeker's Guide to Soul Contact. If you missed any of these, they are available on this site and also our webpage at freeread.com. The theme for today is I will reach beyond the lower emotions. The emotional self is a source of many deceptions. If you were to see your emotional self as a tricky devil whose purpose is to deceive you at every step, and then take joy each time you fall for the trick, you would not be that far off. The emotional self plays out in your life as if this were the case. To solve the problem, you have to recognize the tricky devil and tell him that you are no longer going to fall for his deception. This will not make him stop trying, but it will enable you with practice to see through the illusion. The problem with this tricky devil of the emotions is that most people do not even realize he exists. Therefore, when he plays one of his tricks, you do not see it coming from him, but yourself. And why would you deceive yourself? You certainly would not do so on purpose. This devil revels in the fact that you depend on him as much as you do, as well as hold him in highest esteem. He loves this enduring placement, but has great fear that he will be replaced by something much more desirable and real. He knows that when you discover the richness of the soul, he will lose his lordship over you and never again regain the great authority he now has. To prevent this loss from happening, he does everything possible to keep you centered on the lower emotions rather than the higher feelings of divine love. His biggest deception is around the feelings of love itself. He places a veil between you and your soul. So instead of feeling love divine, you feel the distorted substitute he offers you. Whereas divine love is based on union that knows no fear, his love is based on possession with a powerful fear base. His emotional love is there for you as long as you possess the other person. But there's always a fear of losing that possession. And that possibility of loss is a source of fear. He uses this fear to control you. All forms in this world are temporary, including the bodies of the ones you love. In this world, this tricky devil controls your love and lower feelings by threatening you with loss of these temporary forms. On the other hand, the feelings of the soul do not depend on the possession of form, for in the kingdom of heaven, each soul is eternally connected to other souls, and there is no threat of loss. Thus, there is no fear. Souls are motivated toward union, but the lower emotional nature, which we've called the tricky devil here, is motivated to possess temporary forms. The tricky devil of your emotional self convinces the seeker that he has all the love that you are ever going to receive. If this is the highest you have felt in this life, you will believe it. And many times you will suffer the fear of loss, thus yielding yourself to his control. To escape control and access the soul, you must see beyond possessive love to union that knows no separation. Perhaps you've never asked yourself the question, is the highest love I have experienced all there is, or is there more? If you haven't asked this question, then do it now. Next, ask, do I have a fear of loss in association with my various relationships? Finally, if I were to lose everything, including all relationships, would I still be at peace? Would I be able to enjoy the fullness of the love of the soul? The tricky devil has the world convinced that this cannot be, for your happiness is determined by what he has to give you. and nothing more is available. The assignment today is to contemplate how high on the ladder of feeling you have attained. Have you freed yourself from this tricky devil of the lower emotional nature, which rules by fear of loss? If not, what is your next step? End with this affirmation. I see love that brings fullness of joy. Great thought to end on, and we will see you tomorrow.